Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel for another episode from Wola Zabierzowska. We're on episode number 16. We're in August, we got our 2 flax fields to do, but it's raining so we can't start on them. So we're going to continue on with our field preps even though we're way ahead of time before we can put any crops in anyway. But on the way up to the shop at the moment, and we're going to get rid of this mulcher and get the other one and see does it rectify the fact that we're not getting a mulch state showing up in the field list when we look at the shortcut to the field. Now, so we're going to sell this. I don't know whether it needs repairing or repainting or whatever, but we have to go around here anyway to do it. So let's see. It is not in bad condition, needs a bit of repainting. Not going to take any repairing, so we're going to sell it for 15,000. Okay, so the one we want to buy, I checked the second-hand market, it's not there. It's here. It's 12.4, so we're going to make a bit of money out of it. What colour do we want it? We keep it blue. We'll keep it blue. We don't need any of the other stuff. So there you go. We made a little bit of money on that. Not an awful lot, but it's a brand new piece of equipment. And yeah, we can go and get the mulching started on our fields. So plan is, going to get our fields mulched. And by then the rain should have stopped. Then it'll be down to getting the straw off the fields. It won't take long anyway, they're 2 fairly small fields. Get the straw off the fields, get them prepared for sowing the next crop. Now, we have 42 we done last time. We're putting oilseed radish in there. We have 38. We're putting wheat into that. We can do that in September. We have 112, which is our first flax field near the farm. That is barley in the next rotation, so that'll be September as well. And then the other millet field down the end, 103. I ran the crop rotation for that. Let me pull over here so I'm not in the way. I ran the crop rotation for that, and I'm going to pop it up here now and just show you. Crop rotation for that, you have the millet for the first one, then we have canola, we have spinach, wheat, cotton, which is a killer because of the cost of the equipment, peas, which is another bit of a killer because of the cost, and so is spinach. So this kind of dealt us a fairly awkward crop rotation to deal with, but it is what it is. Now, because it's not part of the challenge, cotton and stuff like that, I didn't get it in the challenge. No one would have anyway because it wasn't in the fields. I'm going to allow myself to lease the equipment for that when it does come up, because it's actually 700,000-800,000 euros to buy it, and you want to be doing a lot of it. So, that's the only field we're kind of going to be a little bit. Let me just look at the crop calendar. We're going to have to get that one sown in this month with the canola. No, we have next month as well. So we're okay there. I was thinking when we get that millet harvested, we're going to have to get canola back into it. Just in case, we usually cover 2 months in an episode. I can't see it being an exception here because I'm jumping cab. Because we've only 2 fields to harvest. It's not like we had a lot more work to do last month. Okay, I have to do the preps on the other one where we're waiting for the weather to change. I'm just going to go straight over to this field and start on this with the mulching. This is our field here. Jump out, unfold, unfold. And we'll do this while we're waiting for the weather to clear up. Might as well. And let's see how our tractor actually handles it. Should be able to handle it. It only requires 100 horsepower, so there shouldn't be any issues. Yeah, we're grand. I'll get these done, and then when this is finished, I'll be able to check the field status in the overview, and it'll tell us then. Let's see, can we change the status on 43 to mulched? because it wasn't showing it with the other one. And we'll know if it doesn't, it's an issue with the map itself rather than it being an issue with the mulcher we were using the last time. So it probably means that we're not getting the benefits of mulching, which is an extra 1.5% or something like that. So that's just down to the map more than anything else. The way the map was designed. Are we done? Yeah, we are. Because I know it kills the grass on the edge when you don't lift it up, like so. So, yeah, plan, get these done while the rain is still here. The rain is to finish at 10 o'clock or by 10, which we know in the game could be 10:30, could be 11 o'clock. Only 2 small fields to do. It won't take too long to get them harvested and everything else done. So, yeah, we might as well do this while we're waiting. We could jump the clock forward, but might as well just work away, get these prepared, the 4 fields, and then we'll jump into the harvester and get down and get the millet done in 103 first, I think, and then come back up here to 112, which is over there. Between episodes, I put lime and fertiliser on the grass field, and I put lime on the other fields. You can see it on this field here. I did put down a buying station on the farm to buy the lime instead of driving all the way up to the dealership all the time to fill up. I'll show you that later on when we're on the farm and we're picking up the products and that to go and sell them. But I just put that down. It's purely for just getting the lime, and won't be buying like any crop products or animal feed or anything like that out. It's just literally just to make life a little bit easier. I tend to spread the lime pretty regular on my fields. I know a lot of people will do it just when they have to and then leave it for a couple of years. They don't bother going back over it, but I tend to do it fairly frequently. Yeah. Just wondering why it didn't do that bit. Okay. Maybe the tractor belts. Yeah, it's leaving little gaps. Anyway, I'll work away, get these mulched, and I'll bring you back in. Then we're ready to go harvesting. Both fields are mulched. I did speed the clock up a bit just so the rain would finish right around the time I got finished here. And yeah, the good thing is now they're shown as mulched. If you look, field 38 and 43, both shown as mulched, whereas before everything wasn't shown as mulched. So obviously that other mulcher wasn't shown a proper mulch state. Now this one did miss a few bits and pieces, but I think that may be down to the fact that it was raining more than anything else, because when I went back over them, say from a different angle, they actually came up as being done. You could just still see the lime state underneath them. Now, I'm kind of thinking I'm missing something here. There should be something else I should be doing. And I actually don't think so. I think I've everything done, and I need to get geared up now to go and get our flax fields done. It has actually stopped raining. Now let's jump inside. Wipers gone? No, wipers aren't gone. It has stopped. It's literally only stopped at 10 o'clock, and I actually left the tractor sitting there for a minute or two. I wait for the sunshine to come out, and then I put the clock back. So what we're going to do is, I didn't even look at contracts since the last time. We are going to, why is there little green spots in that? Guess there's misbits. Anyway, yeah, there must be still. Is there misbits in the other field? No, the other field is okay. One there. Okay, they were done in the rain. That's probably why. We need to get down to 103. That's where we're going to do the harvest, our first harvest of our millet. So I'm going to do it first. I could do the one, or the flax, sorry. Well, maybe millet. There's millet going back into it. But it's flax that's actually in it now. Did I get that right when I done the crop rotation? I think I've done that wrong. Because that is one of our millet fields, if I'm correct. 103. I have to check my list. No, 103 is a flax field. So I got that crop rotation wrong when I done it. Let's have a look. Yeah, I had put it in as millet, so we're just going to substitute that with flax instead. We're still going to run with the crop rotation the way ChatGPT gave it to us, because it didn't matter because the first crop was already in the field. I just told it what crop was in the field and then to work after that. So it won't make that much of a difference anyway if it starts us off that way. Okay, I'll shut up while I'm driving, concentrate on the road, get down to the field, and I'll bring you back in then when we get this harvest on the way. Okay, harvesting our flax. This won't take too long to get around. I think there's, I do double headland, and I think there's a run and a half up the middle, so 6 up and downs, the field is done. Yeah, just on earlier when I said about having to put cotton in here eventually in year 5. Now, that is year 5 for this field, not year 5 actually in the game, if you know what I mean, because we didn't acquire all the fields in the first year. It could well be a case of, I damaged the field next to me. It could obviously be a case that by the time we get around there, we've already purchased all our flax fields and millet fields, and we could have more fields. And it could be a case of maybe we might just, to allow for a little bit of damage on the crop here. I don't know why. We don't have wild boars in. I couldn't have missed. Maybe I missed them when I sowing it. Maybe we could, knowing it's coming up, I don't know whether any of the other crop rotation fields have cotton in as well. But maybe we could just put cotton in a couple of other fields to make it worthwhile actually leasing the harvester or whatever to do them. But we'll cross that bridge. Like literally we're looking at, from now, we're looking at year 8 in the game before cotton will be in this field. So that's quite, or year 7 or 8 anyway. So that's quite a bit off anyway. So we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I can't remember from the last harvest how well flax yields. Looking at where we are, we're probably going to get a headland done and be 50% full. So it could be pretty good. I don't think we'll do 2 headlands. Maybe we will before we'll have to empty into the trailer. That's the thing about these fields, that you get through them fairly quick, and like that's down to my choice of combine harvester as well. The only thing is now coming into these fields when you own more around it, it's very hard to get the header on. And if you look at the trailer's sideways up there, that's because when you're lifting the head off this trailer on this combine, it never detaches cleanly. It doesn't drop off until you start to reverse. So that's why it's sideways. I had it lined up perfectly straight. I didn't drive into the field. But it's just one of the things with the mod, that's all. You know, said that with that trailer. If I was to put that trailer up against another trailer or another implement, it actually attaches to it. So if I was to put that up against the plough would attach to it. So it's just whatever way the design is on it. It's designed to attach whatever implement is up to it or against it or on top of mainly the head. But it does also attract, it's like a magnetic trailer. It attracts any other metal items you have around the yard, any other piece of equipment. Anyway, let me get this done. There'll be enough room in the trailer, I'm sure, for the other field too before I run up to the oil mill. So I'll get this done. I'll get back up to the oil mill. And just I didn't check to see what canola oil there was. Let's just have a quick look. Canola oil, we've €7,000 worth already. Okay. I didn't look to see what's left in it. I'd have to go into the oil mill to see what's left in canola to be processed. But at least we have something there to sell. As I said, I'm not necessarily, with oils and that, I don't mind hanging on to them. They don't go off. But with the likes of lettuce and stuff like that, tomatoes and all the stuff in the greenhouses, I don't mind selling them off now this month because they only kind of spawned between the 2 months. But I prefer to be a little bit more realistic and get rid of them in the month they're actually produced. and sell them off. If I had massive greenhouses, say I had 5 or 6 greenhouses, I would actually consider selling them every time we move forward a day of and running, say, 2, 3, 4 day months. I'd sell them off then. Anyway, let me get this wrapped up and get into the next field. Both flax fields are harvested, and in the oil mill we got 30,845 litres of flax, which has gone in to make flax oil. And I discovered another issue regards the crop rotation on that field 103, which was originally a flax field. I already had run all the crop rotation for the 6 flax fields already, so I went back over them, and what I've done is I've actually changed the image the way to what it should be. So flax was the first one, oats, green beans, which is another issue, harvesting canola, sorghum and parsnips. I have a list of the 6 fields. I have all the crops for them, which would be field 42, which we own already, 88 we haven't got, 103 we have, 112 we have, which is this one, which has barely gone into next, 131 we haven't got that yet, and 177. So we have a mix across all of them. We even have lavender in there, and lavender needs the what you call a harvester as well, the cotton harvester, so that's going to be a little bit difficult when we get that far, but that's in year 5 as well. So no, I have the list all done out. I just never consulted it. I have it here beside me. That was one of the first things I done when I decided to do crop rotation, was do them. So yeah, it's not like I'm trying to get rid of the cotton. I'm not, because we still have other crops which are going to cause us problems anyway with regards to harvesters. To get them out of the ground, I get them harvested. So yeah, it's not making it any easier, to be honest with you. Would have actually been handy if it ended up the same year and doing the lavender, because then I could do the lavender and cotton together. Anyway, that's in the bank. Or in the mill, not in the bank. As well, it's in the bank, I suppose. Down the road, it's in the bank when it's milled into flax oil, and then we get it sold off. So what we're going to do is we're going to get this flax straw baled up, which we'll have to hang on to until we have the local spinnery that we can put it into and make textile out of it, or fabric out of it. So that's that's going to be another purchase we need to make. So like, we're a long way off like getting that, because we need the grain mill as well probably first, because we're building up quite a substantial stock of grain. Let's just jump in for a minute into the time saving stock check. If you look here, we have barley, which we're not going to do anything with until we can, even though we can sell it. Canola oil, there you go, 7,442. Flax oil is starting to produce now. There you go, €22, 10 litres. It's only gone in. Hay, that's building up slowly again. Lettuce, oats, which we're going to put into our grain mill when we get it. Straw, which we can sell off because we've nothing else to do with it. And we're building up a nice little bit of stock, and a little bit of money in the bank. Looking at that, it's worth 110 at the peak of the market, but 82 now if we were to sell everything. Now, of course, we can't sell a lot of them anyway. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get this baled up. I'm going to mulch these 2 fields as well. That's all we can do with them. And then I'll have a look whether we're going to put crops in or what we're going to do. We need to do contracts as well. I haven't gone back into them apart from just scrolling through really fast. I didn't pay much attention other than notice we have a triticale field we could harvest if we want to do a harvest contract. Cultivation, baling. There's a big baling contract there. Now we could take the round baler to do that. We're allowed to borrow equipment. So we probably will. We have a square baler, but I'm not going to turn that down. I'm going to take the equipment for that. We're not going to turn down that 7,000. There's no way. 7,600. Take off the thing. Yeah, we'll have 7,000 by the time we're finished it. So we won't turn that down. we have our product to sell as well, and then we got to decide what we're going to do moving on. Do we buy another field? Like, next field on the list is 160, because I also done a list to determine what field we can buy next. So we can't just select what we want. I put in the list of fields between the millet and the flax fields, and alternately it picks one or the other. And field 160 is over here somewhere. There it is. It's only a very small field. There's nothing in it. It's 52,000, so we could buy that. We could buy that. We'd still have money left. And I have another little thing on my mind that I'm just going to mull over while I'm doing these, baling on these two fields, and then I'll come back to you with it. Give myself more work, but sure, wouldn't be the same if I was making it handy. Last little run up the field for the flax straw bales. Yeah, they wouldn't take long. And what have we got? A mini. 15 plus whatever's in the baler. Because I did remember this time to reset the counter. We'll throw them out and a little bit on the ground up there. It is, yeah, the top, very top. And yeah, I thought about my so-called plan to add something else into the mix for now. It's just something I browsed on the way by. Let me just show you, but I'm not going to do it. It was something I thought about doing. Just let's throw these out. Now, switch the baler off. And should be able to do this for the I thought you could actually empty. No, you can't. I thought you could empty the partly finished bale without using your keyboard, but no, you can't. There you go, 16 we got, which is fairly decent. Okay, knock that off for me. Right, what I was thinking now, and this is because every time I pass by this, I was thinking of buying this anyway. This is our horse farm up here. Let's jump up here. That's all the boundaries. I didn't know that was the boundaries for 20,000. So you can do all the boundaries on the map if you buy that. Okay, let's visit that. Horse farm, it's up here. It's linked to plot number 26. Now, I was thinking about buying plot 26. It's 61,000, well, 62,000. I was thinking about buying it, and will eventually probably buy it anyway and do horses. But what kind of attracted me to it now is the fact there's oats in it which would feed the horses. I was thinking, if I bought this now, would I allow myself to keep the oats to feed the horses and put horses in here? But I just kind of went, no, I'm getting sidetracked from what I got to do. We'll pass on it this time. I kind of got a little bit sidetracked in the plan. So I think what we probably will do is buy that next field on the list, which is field 160. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to get those bales picked up. 160, I think, is a millet field, is it? Let me see. 160 is a millet field, yeah. So if we buy it now, we won't have any crop going in until next April, apart from oilseed radish. But it'll give us another field. You know, I probably would jump at it now. You know, stop flapping about, thinking about it. Let's just get it on the books and be done with it. There you go. Okay, so we're down to 16,000, but we have that field, because then we can buy the next field on the list, which comes up after that, whereas they'll always be saying, oh, let's put that off for a bit because it's too small. But at least when we have it then, the next field on the list is 177, which is over here somewhere, I think. 177, there we go. It's there. Not much bigger, 37,000. It's actually cheaper than that one. Okay. 37. So, you know, if we get these fields bought up, it means we can get more crops in the fields. And then by doing that, then we can make more money out of them. Okay, we need to deal with the product that comes from them in a grain mill or oil mill or whatever. But yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Oh, boy, we got the speed set to 23. Someone that was doing something earlier on, I lifted the implement that didn't fly off. Okay, I'm going to get back, get the bale trailer and get them off the field. Back in the yard, guys, after doing some more work. Now, I done all the contracts that I can do for this month. A bale wrapping, another bale wrapping, and baling. So in total, we have nearly 21,000. I'm going to collect that, get that in the bank, and we're up to 36. Now, we've only one field we can sow. That's, let's jump into the map. Oats can go in at this time of the year in this map. So 103, we're going to put oats into it. Everything else is next month. This field is another millet field. Millet can't go in until next April. Is it? April. Let's go back to the crop calendar. Millet is next May. So what can we put in that would be ready to harvest? Green rye. Green rye. You know what's going in there anyway, don't you? We're putting in, well, we could put in green rye, or we could put in that beach rye next month, which is, I think, a cover crop as well. But you know what? We're going to stick in oilseed radish. So we're going to have oilseed radish in. There's another field that we have to put oilseed radish into. 42 or 43. The one the other side of the farm. This one over here. The wrong way. This one. So we put oilseed radish into that because what is to go into that? There's millet to go into that next year. Just in the crop rotation calendar. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go down and get this done now. Probably move forward to the next day of the month. I'm having awful trouble with the mulchers. The other mulcher that I had, the blue one, wouldn't mulch the last field I harvested. So I changed it. I bought another one, the second-hand market, and I swapped it out. And it only mulched part of the field. Let me just show you on the map. Mulched. Joined the lines on the two fields. Didn't do the whole field. Not like that one did there. But then this one wasn't leaving any impression on the field at all. It was just like it was gliding across the top of it. So I don't know. Don't know what's going on with straw stubble on this map, and maybe it's because there's stubble destruction on it or something like that, and there's no stubble there to mulch, but yet it let me do the other one, and I drove all over that as well. So I honestly don't know what's going on with it, but you know what, I was just trying to get the field overview to show as mulched, and it did for those two, but it's not for these two, if you know what I mean. Like if we go into field overview, you see the only two that are shown mulched is 38 and 43, which are the ones I was doing when I had you in for some of that. I've done 103 and I've done 112, and they're not shown as mulched. So I don't know. The only other thing I need to do, I need to plough 160 as well, which is the new field. But I'm going to get the oat into this. We obviously have a winter version of oat on this map, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get it in and just have something to do. Get this in, get it fertilised and rolled. Possibly do the ploughing on the other field, and then that's going to be it, I think, for this episode. And we'll save all the sowing and fertilisation and everything else for the next one, along with whatever else comes up that we may have. We may make $1 million suddenly out of the blue and be able to buy all the rest of our fields. No chance. Time-saving stock check tells us we have Oh, we've a nice little bit of money there. So by the end of this, we may have enough money to possibly buy another field in our list. Now, the next field we buy will be a flax field. If I can find my list, I'll tell you what the next field is. I have them all listed out. Next field is 177, which we looked at earlier on. It's not a very big field. But it'll be another one along the way. We'll be getting closer to having our 10, and then we can randomly start picking fields ourselves then. I'm not going to run a random generator again to tell me what field to buy next. Although knowing me, by the time we get around to that, it may well be what I do. But for now, we're going to just leave it up to ourselves, whatever money we have, or spend the money wherever we are. Might even buy the horse farm and take that field and do what I said I was going to do on that. That's all the future plans. But for now, we're just going to get the oats in here, which you normally can't sow at this time of the year, but we have winter oats on this map. Turn the lights off. And we'll get that done. And yeah, we've another day to go, so there'll be more product there out of the greenhouse and that to get more money into the bank. So let me rock on with this, get it in the ground, get the fertilisation done and get it rolled, and we'll have a look then and see. Probably going to plough that 160. It's a very small field. It's only 2.5 acres, a bit less. And we'll just get that ploughed and get the stone picking done if needs be, and just kind of prepare that before we move on. And I'll leave the sowing of the 2 oilseed radishes field. One will be 160, the other be 43. I'll leave them until the next episode as well. As I said before, I'd like to upgrade the seeder to give us a slightly wider one, and one that has a fertiliser tank, because it just saves us having to go and do separate fertilisation after. I don't mind doing it, but it just makes it a bit easier to get it done in one go. But anyway, that's it for now. Just a quick update. Just I didn't bring you back in for any of the contracts because you've been with me for so many contracts on this map so many times, and it was just a bit of luck that while I was doing the first 2, then another bale wrapping contract came up that was near the one I was, and had fairly decent money on it as well. I just decided to jump in and do that. Now 21,000 is not a lot. I would have got a lot more money at other times on this map, but you know what? It's not to be sneezed at. It's given us a great boost. And yeah, we're just going to crack on now, get this done as I said, and then I'll talk to you again and decide what we're going to do after that. Moved on to the end of the month. I have sown that field, fertilised it and rolled it, and I have limed the new field 160. I have the plough over there on the other tractor. I'm going to do that once all the product is sold. We have canola oil as well to sell. Plenty of goat milk. It's not showing up on the list, but it's worth about 15,000. We're going to sell it in here now. So it'll be 15 plus the environmental score. That's the only thing that'll sell in here. Here we go. Oh, it said 15. Oh, yeah, we've got milk in the silo that we need a Bowser to get out. So that's going to register as being there, even though we can't sell it. Now we have canola oil up at the oil mill, but I'm going to collect that after. And I'm going to go and sell all these products at their various locations. There's one new one, bakery. I don't know where it is. I think it could be down beside the Grin store, whatever it's called. And yeah, I'll update you on the price. We're in 49,000. Let's see what we get up to before we sell the canola oil. Last part of the sell-off. Get rid of our oil. We have flax oil. We can't lift it. I'm going to have to put on super strength to lift it. Flax oil isn't a liftable pallet. That goes here. What do we get? 2,433. Now the canola oil, we're just going to the small village shop with that, and this should be the end. We're up to 63,242. Everything else we sold off, yeah, we done okay. money's back up again where we were before we bought that field. Not quite as high, but still in a place where you're kind of going, should I reconsider on the horse farm? No, I'm not going to bother. The oats are still in the field and that. But tempting. It is tempting to buy it and keep the oats to feed the horses, even though we have them. But no, we probably will eventually buy it down the road. So, episode number 16 on Wola Zabierzowska. Wola Zabierzowska. Done and dusted, in the bag. I'll never get that name right. Fairly productive again, just dealing with, as I said, our 2 flax fields. And then the aftermath after that, just literally getting them ready. We managed to sow our field of winter oats in field 103, following our crop rotation. We're, not this one. This is the pig farm on the map. This is the one where the pig farm is. We have plans with that down the road when we can afford it. It's 270,000. There we go. 9,928 and 961. Yeah, the pig barn is there. That's it there, the building in the centre. I want to try and use the map pig barn on this map. It doesn't hold 250, so we're using one of them, maybe 2 of them. I can't remember what the exact figure was. But that's what we'll be doing. I want to try and use the ones that actually came with this production rather than putting down the likes of Cavalier Roy's bigger pig barn where you put them all in the same one. Now I'm going to stick with what's on the map. Anyway, that's what's done for episode number 16. Yeah, I got the oats in and I have to plough over at the other field that we bought, 160. I'm going to do that off camera. As I said, it's limed and all. It's just ready to get that done. I dropped the ploughing and just drove into the field. There are stones in, so they'll have to be picked. And just get that ready for oilseed radish, because there's millet to go into that. And we can't sow millet until next May. So not putting another crop in before on the oilseed radish to give us a fertilisation state. And yeah, we're up to 74,000, so we're doing pretty good. Now, we could buy that other field as well. Let's hold on just before we go any further. The next field we have to buy is 177, which is over here. That's it there. And that is you know what? Here we go. That's the way to finish it. We bought our next field, 177, which will be a flax field. So we'll have to get flax into that. That's also a crop that won't go in until next year. If it's shown canola on it, but the canola should be harvested by now. If it's not, it's just getting ploughed in anyway. That's what we're doing with the fields, and we acquired them. We're not taking the crop out of them. So there you go. We've another field gone off our list right at the very end of the episode. That gets any ideas of buying the horse farm out of my head. Now, how many have we got? Let's just see. Let's just jump in here for 1 second. And how many fields have we got? There's 10 we have to buy. So, these 2 are the ones, 44 and 38 are the ones we've got. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're halfway there. And that one there is harvested. 6. So we 6 out of the 10. We're more than halfway there. So there you go. That's telling us the canola's harvest. It's only a small field as well. So what I'll do is I'll get that prepped during the winter months. Or not during the winter months, between this and the next episode, between this and 17. There'll be oilseed radish gone into that as well. So I think that's 3 fields we put oilseed radish in. And then the other ones we put in wheat and barley. The oats is in one of them already, but we can't do wheat and barley until next month. So yeah, making good progress. As you can see, just before we sign off, we have 27,000 plus litres of barley. We're nearly out of canola now in the mill. That's going to, or no, we're not out of canola. That's canola oil. Oh yeah, it won't tell us what's left in there unless we go in. We have 4,000 litres plus of millet with 21,000 litres of oats. And yeah, we've quite a bit of stuff to get through when we do eventually get the grain mill and start making flour and that. So anyway, that's it. Another productive episode. Really happy with the way things are going. I know I could progress it quicker if I put down a grain mill, got rid of the crops which don't have to go through the base grain mill on the map. But no, I decided I'll wait and put everything through the base grain mill. So that's going to hold us up and we get the money for that. But for now, we're done. We're finished. We're going to shut this one down and I'll see you again in episode number 17. If you haven't hit the like button, please do. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. As I always say, feel free to leave a comment. And until next time, all that's left for me to do is to say goodbye for now. Until then, bye-bye.